I am Sarah Groth, and this is my recorded presentation for Soc 280 on our final research paper. So, for my paper, I discussed Facebook and the globalization of it. Do you have a Facebook? If you don't, you probably know somebody who does. Facebook has become widely popular, and it's spread all over the world. People everywhere seem to have a Facebook, and those who don't have a Facebook at least know what Facebook is and know about it. Mark Zuckerberg, I didn't make a PowerPoint, so these are my supplement PowerPoint. Mark Zuckerberg was the creator. He made Facebook in 2004. He was not even 25 years old. What he did was he started with making a site that you could sign up for classes and you could see who was going to be in your class. So say there was someone that you wanted to have in a class with you, you could look up your schedule and see who was in what class and plan your schedule around that. Then after he made that site, he began another site where you just posted pictures of everyone in the school. He went to Harvard, so he posted pictures of every student at Harvard, and you could go and you could rate how attractive you thought each student was. But the board at Harvard found out about this, and he got in a lot of trouble for that. So after that, he decided to make his final site, which is Facebook, and it obviously made him extremely wealthy. He's now a billionaire, and they made a movie about his success called The Social Network. That's a little about the creator. Facebook itself offers many different things. You have your own personal profile where you can put information of yourself. You can say like where you go to school or where you work at, your sexual orientation, anything like that you can put in your profile. And then it also has a home page where you can follow your friends. And what happens with your friends is other people who use Facebook make an account, and then you can add each other and follow each other's page. You can see pictures they post, statuses they update. So really it just keeps everyone in touch. Then you have your wall where you can write, people can write on your wall, and it's open, everyone else can see it. You can also have the option of sending private messages, so there's a little bit of privacy there between you and the person you're communicating with. So that's a little bit about Facebook in general. A lot of people are pretty familiar with Facebook. Another aspect about Facebook that really is an advantage is that you have the ability to advertise on Facebook. There are paid ads that are constantly running on the side of the page, and they're always changing too, so you don't really get tired of them. You always see something different. But you can also create events on Facebook, and with creating events, you can send them to all your friends and tell them about an event that you have coming up or something you want them to go to. You can put the information on where the event is, what time it is, and as people accept going to the event, you can get an idea of how many people are going and see, who's going to be there and who isn't. So that's a really nice thing that Facebook offers. So George Ritzer actually he made a continuum of something versus nothing. And something, for him, is something that has a lot of value, as opposed to a nothing, which really doesn't have that much value. We're obviously all very familiar with this idea. But here are his dimensions to qualify something as a something or nothing. The dimensions are complexity, spatiality, if it's temporal, if it's human, or if it's magical in any way. So that is how he decides whether something is really a something or a nothing. So for the complexity aspect, for him he defines that as whether something is unique or if it's generic. So for Facebook, there isn't really that much complexity going on. It is pretty generic. For your profile page, you can upload a picture of yourself, which obviously would be different from other people's pictures, and that's kind of a way to personalize it, I guess. But other than that, it's pretty much, it looks pretty much just like everyone else's page. The layout looks the same. What you upload yourself can make it different from everyone else's, but That's about the only thing that makes it unique. And social networking in general is very generic. There's really nothing too special about it. A lot of people are getting involved in social networking. It's very popular now. His second dimension, he compares local geographic ties versus a lack of ties. So for Facebook, it's not really something local. A lot of people have it all over the world. It can connect you anywhere. People in different countries can contact each other with the use of Facebook. It really has broadened all over the world. And actually, Facebook offers language selection on there, so if you don't speak English, which a lot of people obviously do not, it has over 70 languages that it offers for people to use. So you can just go to the language selection option and change it, and everything on your page will then be in the language that you select. So it's used all over the world. It's not very specific to a tie. So for Ritzer, that would really make it a nothing in that aspect as well. For the temporal dimension, he uses this to say whether if it's specific to a certain time or if it's not really specific. So for Facebook, I guess you could say it's rather new, so you could say it's more specific to now, but it's programmed in a way that it really can last through a lot of different eras. And as technology is becoming so popular in today's world, Facebook has really followed the growth in technology, and Facebook itself has grown. So also all ages use Facebook. Teenagers use it, college students, my parents use it, adults use it to communicate. It's not targeted for one specific audience. A lot of people have been using Facebook and most likely will continue to use Facebook. The layout itself too is also very, very practical, and it doesn't have to really fit a certain time. It's very easy to use, and it will most likely be used for a very long time, not just a specific time now. The fourth dimension is the human dimension, and Ritzer says either it's humanized or it's dehumanized. If it's humanized, it would give it a something quality. Dehumanized would be more of a nothing. So Facebook is obviously dehumanized. It does not allow people to talk face-to-face in person. There is a lot of online chatting going on and keeping in touch. There's also the issue of your friends list. Now, a lot of people say, oh, I have so many friends, but how many people on your friends list do you really consider your friends? How many of those people would you call up and just have a conversation with, see how they're doing, get lunch? Most of those people you wouldn't, because you're only friends with them on Facebook. And even if you were really friends, now that we have Facebook, the chances of you going and scheduling a lunch with them are very slim. Facebook has really taken the humanized aspect out of things. So he would consider it a nothing in that dimension. And the last dimension is the magical dimension. He uses the magical dimension and describes things whether they're enchanted or they're disenchanted. Now, Facebook pretty much stays the same. There's not a lot that changes. It's very predictable. People sign on, they know they're going to see whether they have a notification or a message or a friend request. Those are the only options that happen on Facebook. The only updates that you're going to get are one of those three. So it's pretty boring, not very exciting or enchanting, if you will. When things do change on Facebook, people actually get very frustrated. Sometimes there are some tweaks here and there, or a bit of the layout will be a little bit different, and people they get used to what they like, and that's what they want to have. And when things do change, it's very hard for them to adjust because they're so used to what they used to have. The Facebook logo itself, excuse me, it's just blue and white, and it just says Facebook in the corner. It's very very boring, if you will. And although it is highly recognizable, there's nothing very magical about it. So for Ritzer, with all 5 of those dimensions, I personally don't think Facebook passes any of them. So I would consider it highly a nothing. There really isn't anything special about Facebook. Another thing that Ritzer talks about is the idea of McDonaldization. And he has 5 things that he considers in McDonaldization. The 5 are efficiency, predictability, calculability, non-human technology, and dehumanization. In my paper, I only talked about 3 of them. The 3 of them being efficiency, predictability, and dehumanization. Facebook is actually extremely efficient. It allows for quick interactions between people. You can stay in touch with friends and family. Excuse me. You can also advertise, so it is very efficient in that fact. Predictability, it's very predictable. I kind of covered this earlier. It doesn't change very much. Your home page stays the same. And it's universal. So you could go anywhere in the world and sign onto your account and you're going to expect to see the same things. As for dehumanization, I kind of covered this one as well. It pretty much, you can say goodbye to face-to-face interactions and goodbye to your real friendships because Facebook just takes away any true communication that's left. I think it really brings people away from their friends when the intention is to bring everyone closer. I think it does the opposite. So overall, in conclusion, Facebook is a nothing according to Ritzer and according to myself. And really, I think it's taken a lot away from us, and we don't really gain much from it at all. Thank you.